Hey guys, this is a daily tarot reading for Friday, November 21st of 2025. I'm going to lay a 3-card spread with an oracle card to give us a theme for the whole day. The 3-card spread is showing us a past card, what the energy was leading up to today, today's energy, and potential for the energy moving into the future. I like to shuffle my decks and let the energies and the decks themselves pick the cards, and I like to use cards from all different decks. So, the first deck that we are going to be looking at is the Weaver Tarot by Threads of Fate. And we are going to pick one card for the past energy leading up to Friday, November 21st of 2025. We're just going to let one card flip out and see what the energies are leading up to today. This is the 9 of Coins in reverse. Put that down for the past. The next deck we are going to be using is the Citadel Fantasy Oracle deck. And once again, we are going to pick one card for the present energy for Friday, November 21st. And we are going to let the cards and the energies pick the present energy for us. I like to trust in the perfection of the chaos of letting the shuffle pick for us rather than me physically picking a card. This card in the present is the Painter, and I sometimes have cards stick together and I let that be part of the process. So the card stuck to it was the Chiromancer in reverse. So the Painter upright and the Chiromancer in reverse. They do have little text descriptions on them, but there's also a guidebook. So since this is a unique deck, I may look through the guidebook to see exactly what the message is. And then in the future, we are going to pull one card from this is a traditional Rider-Waite tarot, probably the most well-known original tarot. It just happens to be made of gold foil instead of colors. So this one card is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And we are going to pick one oracle card. This is the Della Luna Answers Oracle deck. And we're going to get one card for the energy theme of the day. And that will help us kind of tune into what the overall theme is for the day. Again, I like to shuffle and ask the cards to give us one card. Whichever card chaotically flips out, I trust is the correct card. And it, to me, signifies that rather than me choosing the card, the energy has chosen the card. And the energy has chosen, what does this say? We will overcome this. We will overcome this. So we will overcome this is an interesting card. I've actually never pulled that particular one from this deck all the times I've used this deck. It makes me think like when you have to overcome something, usually something has been difficult. So we're looking at a past situation that was or continues to be difficult for you. And it's not just I will overcome this, it is we will overcome this. And it has two hands. Now, the two hands could be from the same person. To me, it looks like they are. And again, they look like magic hands almost, like they're sort of holding Saturn and the universe and these magic swirls. So kind of I'm feeling like the way that we will overcome this is sort of like collective magic or collective belief in magic. So this is not like an ordinary, we're going to overcome this with a ton of stress and hard work, which actually I'm kind of getting the hit is what this card over here, um, the Eight of Pentacles, is going to be telling us in a moment, especially since it's reversed. Um, I'm kind of getting that the we will overcome this is a little bit different than just we're going to put in a ton of effort um, and solve it that way. I actually don't believe that's how the universe works anyway, so I'm viewing this as super positive. Um, so, kind of along this theme of we will overcome this, we're starting off with the past energy of the Nine of Coins in reverse. Now, traditionally, the Nine of Coins shows a very wealthy, independent woman standing in a garden, dressed nicely with a peacock or something. So this is a non-traditional deck. So whenever there's a non-traditional deck, that's why I like to use decks that have different imagery on them. I recall the original meaning of the card and then also the additional layers of meaning that come from this particular artist's interpretation. So the Nine of Coins with the woman in the garden is generally about someone who's self-sufficient, independent, well off. Nine of Coins in reverse is not necessarily an easy way that the card presents itself. It means there's some sort of financial struggle, a feeling of not being financially independent, a feeling of not being financially at ease. And in this particular way it's appearing, we have these two hands that are sort of mystical hands because they both have eyes on them, as if the third eye is on, like, they're actually chakras on the palms of your hands. Like when you're doing Reiki, that is where energy is flowing from. So I'm kind of seeing this um, almost reverse of this we will overcome this card here, where like these two hands appear here, but they're flipped upside down. All the magic is pouring out of them, and even this looks almost like coins falling. So this is almost like taking a loss, a financial loss, a spiritual loss, a financial loss that's connected to your third eye or a spiritual venture in some kind of way, or just kind of a feeling like a spiritual kind of poverty that led to a financial kind of poverty. So that's the past energy. That's good news. And it kind of explains why this suggestion and theme for the day is sort of to like flip that upside down and like pour all the energy kind of into this like upward spiral. Like realize you hold the whole universe in your hands. You do have that independent, sovereign, mystical power to overcome any circumstance, and not necessarily through doing like hard 3D physical labor, but through simply like a change in your spiritual perspective. So remembering that you like you have this inner vision always, and can use that in kind of like, I'm almost seeing this as like the magician card from the tarot, where traditionally in the magician card it depicts a magician with all the tools of all of the suits of the tarot in front of him, with like a wand upraised. He's got like pentacles and wands and cups and swords, all the suits, everything from the tarot, and he can do whatever he wants. He has everything at his disposal. And that's what I'm kind of seeing here is like, turn this upside down first from within, since that's kind of like where inner vision comes from, is through like the very core of your being, and kind of funnel that through your hand chakras. Like, it's not saying like literally go out and do Reiki, but you will notice that sometimes not only does the person getting Reiki benefit from the Reiki, the person giving the Reiki gets the same benefit. I know I myself am a Reiki practitioner, so when I give Reiki, I get the same energetic benefit as when I'm receiving it, even though it's somewhat less physically taxing to be the one laying there receiving it. Now, the way you might do that is this upright card is the painter, production, productivity, and creation. So, the way to kind of harness that inner power and that inner flow is to create something, make something, be productive, but not in a way of like, we're going to get here in a moment, not in a way of like hard physical labor. The Eight of Pentacles usually shows someone working very, very hard in the physical world. But in the future, it is upside down. And that doesn't mean that you're lazy or that you're not a hard worker or that you're being asked to just lay around. It means that the type of work you're being, the universe is suggesting is something where you're funneling this inner vision, this magic, this spiritual truth into something creative, something where you're not just a passive consumer, you're also a creator. And our society is hyper focused on being the consumer, but not always hyper focused on being the creator. And it's very important when you're manifesting things to realize that vision boards don't just come true because you stick them on your wall. Manifestation is a co-creation with the universe. So this is asking you to step into that co-creative dance with the universe. If you're not literally a painter, that's fine. Something creative, and creativity is not just artwork. I myself am an artist, but creativity can be so many things that engage you in funneling inspiration through into the physical world and making the world beautiful in some way. Now, this Chiromancer card that came out in reversed, kind of stuck to the painter card, is interesting because we have another hand theme. This says delivering news and collaboration. So, on first glance, what I'm kind of getting is I'm almost getting like, don't. There's a lot of pairs of hands, and there's a lot of reference to like, we will overcome this, and collaborative effort. There's two hands on this card. There's a lot of hands which not only reference making things as well as this paintbrush on there that's this red, vibrant. The color red, that's kind of the most prominent color, is the color of passion. So whatever you're creating today is definitely should be from your passion. It's a passion project, a passion of the heart. I kind of feel like this is saying, don't wait for all the stars to align. Don't wait for people to do this work with you or for you. The way that we overcome this collectively is like, first individually, getting our hands dirty in a metaphorical sense. Because if we look to the future card, this is not about like doing this for the sake of hard work and toil. This is about doing work that feels easeful. Like, real creativity comes from a place of ease, not from a place of pushing yourself and taxing yourself to the limit. There's a difference between, the traditional saying is working hard versus working smart. This is like a whole different way of viewing work, actually, which is kind of the way an artist would view work, which is that work is divinely inspired and like funneled through your hands. So you could also kind of make the argument that perhaps in the past, part of the reason that you might be in a situation that you feel like you have to overcome is because you were working from kind of a different mindset. You are working from the mindset of the Eight of Pentacles upright, which could mean things like overexerting yourself, working to the point of exhaustion, kind of being a workaholic, but not in the sense of like creating something beautiful, more in the sense of just toil for the sake of toil. So having this reversed in the future, meaning that the work that you're being asked to do is easeful. It's like doing all these pentacles, but feeling like you're not the one really doing them. That's kind of how it is when I make artwork. I don't feel like I'm the one always making the art. I feel like I'm a channel for the energy of the creation to come through me, almost like a birth process. So it's quite a feminine, divine feminine way of harnessing your creative energy to kind of harness this magic where you can manifest whatever it is you can possibly think of. Like the world is your canvas, and you have the magic to allow that creative vision to flow through you to build something not out of toil, but out of the ease of a collaborative dance with the universe, where you have perhaps a spiritual creative vision that you would like to see manifest into the world, almost like as above, so below. So this is not a day of we will overcome this because this is so difficult. We just have to push through it. I don't believe the world works that way. In my experience with overcoming pain and hardship, the best way is to engage in, if even if you are not collaborating with anyone else, you're always collaborating with the universe. And I guess that, to me, now that we're kind of getting to the end of this, is what's making the most sense. Is this we will overcome this could be between you and the universe, you and God as the universe, as the universal flow that exists within all things. Have the magic to channel this energy and overcome anything. You can build anything, but you don't have to build it alone, meaning you are always in this relationship with a force that is much higher and greater and more loving than yourself. And that is where real magic comes from. So bravo. This is a great day going into the weekend where you are reminded that you're not alone, and that you have the resources and the energy and the cosmic support to create something beautiful, and to really kind of reimagine how it is that you view work in your life and in the world in general. So have a good weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow.